All right, we're back here at the Marble Palace. We're with Libertarian Frank Gilbert. He is a former candidate for governor of Arkansas and ran for the United States Senate here in Arkansas. Frank, welcome back, my friend. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, it's fun to be here, and I appreciate it as well.
I'm curious to know, because you are a libertarian, and I know you're promoting the libertarian movement, Libertarian Party, but what do you make of people who claim to be libertarians in the past but have been Republicans, like a Ron Paul or a Rand Paul, for example? What are your thoughts on those guys?
I like it. I tried it, went to the Republican Party with the Republican Liberty Caucus thinking that we could accomplish something. I was wrong. But I think Dr. Paul was right. I think he did some good with his campaign. I had the privilege of being at the Seattle convention where he was nominated, and it was just a pleasure to be around him there. He came to Arkansas and campaigned with us for that year. He went back to the Republican Party as I went back to the Libertarian Party because he knew that he could have better impact there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what every individual has to do, is size up themselves and the situation and make the right decision about what to do.
Yeah.
For me, the decision is easy. I need to stay in the Libertarian Party because I don't have the patience anymore for Republican politics.
Well, there may be a lot of people joining you here in a little while. I've talked to people who have been working to see Republicans take control of this legislature for decades. They've knocked doors. They've done all this stuff. The guy the other day in the gallery was like, "This is what we did all this work for?"
Yeah.
Asa just being able to have an iron fist and tell everybody what to do, because that's what's happening. You got people being threatened with, basically the threats are veiled, but it's like, hey, your district's not getting any extra money if you don't, and that's what's good. That's what's about to happen. We're going to start seeing that. Go ahead, Frank. We're going to be up against a hard break in 2 minutes.
Good deal. I think whatever your choice personally is on that issue, that there's work for you to be doing. You can be an evangelist too in work of spreading different ways of attaining liberty. And I think the Republican Party there is an opportunity there for some to go in and recognize that the Republican Party is really about three parties. There are people there who are social conservatives and nothing more. There are people there who are America First types. Their only concern is national defense generally. And then there are those who are basically libertarian, who just want to be left alone and leave other people alone. And I think whether the Libertarian Party ever succeeds as a party, that influence on the Republican Party can be extremely important.
Wow, yeah. We're talking with Mr. Frank Gilbert, and we've got to go to break. We've got 45 seconds, but I'll say this, back to Ron Paul. He said back in the 80s, when they were talking about the war on drugs, because it's always been controversial among social conservatives, and Ron Paul said, hey, if we allow the government to tell a free person what they can put inside their bodies, pretty soon they'll tell us we can't have a donut. And that just is an example of the prophetic libertarian philosophy, because you look at Michael Bloomberg, I think, is it Philadelphia now? You can't have a 64-ounce soda because of the sugar content. And so, I completely agree with it from that standpoint. We got to go, folks. We got 5 seconds left. Back with Frank Gilbert here in just a minute.